Welcome back. 9 fraud suspects in Nelson Mandela Bay have appeared in court. They include former municipal officials. They are charged with fraud and corruption amounting to 56.4 million rand. It turns out the late former mayor, Bongameli Bobane, was to have been arrested also among that group, but he was laid to rest today. Senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is tracking these developments. He joins us now live. Aviwe, take us through what happened in court today.
Well, the 9 accused Maseko received bail ranging from 5,000 rand to 100,000 rand. But today we basically heard of a syndicate. This syndicate we heard in court comprises of a former deputy mayor in the Nelson Mandela Bay, Chipang Nolomba, as well as the top advisor to the premier in the province, that is Zandisile Kupe, who were part of this syndicate, as we heard in court, that basically channeled money to various businesses in order to receive kickbacks. But just to get a better understanding of it, I am joined by the Hawks' Pilani Gwalasa. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. We heard talks of a syndicate inside. What exactly were they doing, dating back to 2010 here?
Well, this is quite a complex matter, but in simple terms, what happened was that there were community leaders who had influence over the officials within the municipality. So there was a collusion between the two, the community leaders as well as the appointed municipal officers. And in fact, if those that were not appointed, they made sure that the people that were appointed were the ones that would give in to their requests. So, and then, which in turn, the people that were inside ensured the appointment of service providers that would also form part of the syndicate. So then the service provider would then be appointed by the officials within the municipality, and they would be appointed irregularly. And so the procurement processes were flouted in the process of appointing these service providers, and as well the prices of the service that which they were appointed to provide within the municipality were inflated. And then the money would then find its ways from the company after the receiving payment from the municipality. The allegations are that the money would then find its way to other, members of the syndicate. You know now, the members of the syndicate, that it includes senior officials that were at the municipality. Some were these community leaders that I keep referring to, that had influence, and also were 5 business people, as well as their entities that renders the service. So the charges would...
We heard a name also inside there, Bongameli Bobane, the former mayor in Nelson Mandela Bay. Coincidentally, it was his funeral today, where he was hailed by Bantu Olomisa for fighting corruption, but it turns out that he may have been implicated in corrupt dealings within especially this particular tender. Tell us about his involvement in this.
Well, the deceased was alleged to have been part of those people that I mentioned as the community leaders who had influence over the municipality at that time of the crime. And then, so what they did, it's 3 of them, and what they did, they ensured the appointment of the officials, and of course they were part of the syndicate. So money, the kickbacks also were received by all members of the syndicate. Of course, his name can be mentioned because it was mentioned today inside the court. If he had it been around, he would have been one of the suspects that appeared in court today. But unfortunately, due to the fact that he passed on, he could not be here, and therefore he was not added on the charge sheet due to the fact that he is the deceased.
I just want to touch on the money lastly. We spoke earlier, you mentioned it's in excess of over 56.4 million rand that they could have been allegedly dealing with in this corruption. But what's the extent of it, the current extent?
Well, we have also, it was confirmed also today, we've mentioned on the statement that the money, the loss, the actual loss that was lost by the municipality exceed 56.4 million rand, and there were other charges that were added in court. For instance, we did not mention the theft, which was added, that also lifted the amount, and in court it was then confirmed that 73 million rand, that is the loss. However, the potential loss remains at over 200 million rand.
200 million rand potential loss. We hear that from Pelani Ngwalase, from the Hawks. Of course, we understand, Maseko, this is the second leg of the arrest. The first leg involved Cheeky Watson back in April 2017, where he was accused with 6 others. They are out on bail, and this second leg, they're also out on bail, ranging from 5,000 rand to 100,000 rand, and they're to reappear at the magistrate in Port Elizabeth back on the 12th of March 2021.
Thank you very much. That is reporter Aviwe Mtila coming to us live from the Port Elizabeth Magistrates Court in the Eastern Cape.